Is your cat starting to avoid you? It could be due to 5 common mistakes you're making without even realizing it. And the worst part, these mistakes may be destroying his trust, and it might already be too late to fix it. But don't worry. In today's video, I'll show you how to turn this around right now and get your cat to trust you like never before. Stick with me until the end and find out what you're doing wrong and how to fix everything before it's too late. Punishments and forced interactions. Many cat owners still believe that punishing their furry friends or forcing interactions, like picking up a cat who doesn't like to be touched, can teach them something or correct behavior. But the reality is quite different. When you impose punishments, like yelling or forcing your four-legged friend against their will, what you're actually doing is breaking trust. The cat starts associating your presence with negative experiences, creating fear, discomfort, and even attempts to escape. Instead of learning what's wrong, they simply begin avoiding you. If your cat shows resistance or fear when being touched, don't insist. This will only increase their feeling of insecurity and could lead to permanent distance. If your furry friend is scared of a new person or unfamiliar environment, forcing an interaction will only intensify that sense of threat. You don't want them to associate your presence with something negative, right? The key is to be patient, respect their pace, and create positive experiences that strengthen the bond of trust. Remember, cats don't understand punishment the way we do. They don't make a direct connection between what they did wrong and their owner's behavior. Instead, they associate these forced interactions with feelings of fear and insecurity. So, the next time your cat runs away from you, ask yourself, could this escape be a way for them to protect themselves? Maybe it's time to start building trust in a gentler way. And of course, the next step is to ensure that their routine and autonomy are not neglected. This is essential to maintain trust. Breaking routine and autonomy. When it comes to maintaining your cat's trust, one of the most important things is to ensure that their routine isn't drastically altered. Changing feeding times or interrupting your furry friend's sleep are actions that create anxiety and insecurity. This is because cats are creatures of habit. They feel safe when they know what to expect, as if the world around them is predictable. Sudden changes in this behavior can make them feel out of control. For example, if you usually feed your cat every day at 7 a.m., but you start changing the feeding times, they may begin to associate this with a sense of insecurity. The uncertainty about when their meal will arrive can create high levels of anxiety. The same happens when you interrupt their sleep. Cats, just like us, need good rest to feel balanced. Interrupting their sleep can cause tremendous stress, emotionally distancing the cat from you. So, think carefully before altering any aspect of your four-legged friend's routine. This isn't just about comfort, but about maintaining the trust bond. And if you're concerned that your cat is scared of new environments or experiences, know that this is also closely linked to a lack of security. They need the autonomy to explore things at their own pace. And this will be the next step in strengthening your relationship. Disrespecting your cat's space and boundaries. Respecting your cat's space and boundaries is essential for maintaining the bond of trust. Just like any other living being, cats need an environment where they feel safe and in control. Forcing a cat to interact with new environments or unfamiliar people can make them feel threatened, generating a sense of insecurity or even panic. The worst part? This can lead to more distant or destructive behaviors, ultimately breaking the trust bond in the long run. Imagine you're in a new environment, surrounded by people you don't know, and suddenly someone starts invading your personal space. Would you feel comfortable? Probably not. Now, imagine how your cat feels when forced to interact with something or someone that scares them. They may start to associate those experiences with you, thinking, "My owner put me in this uncomfortable situation." This can cause emotional distancing, where your furry friend starts seeing you as a source of stress, not as a safe haven. So, if your cat shows resistance to new interactions or environments, respect their pace. Give them space to explore and familiarize themselves at their own rhythm. If you force it, you risk seeing your cat start avoiding you. After all, how can they trust someone who disrespects their boundaries? This is a valuable lesson for all cat owners, and in the next step, we'll talk more about how to apply this practically and effectively. Lack of mental and physical stimulation. One of the most effective ways to maintain your cat's trust and strengthen the bond between you is to ensure that they have enough mental and physical stimulation. Cats are intelligent animals, and without proper stimulation, they can become bored and frustrated, which may lead to destructive behaviors or a general feeling of discomfort. This not only weakens trust but can also cause deep anxiety, especially if the cat is stuck in a monotonous routine with no novelty. For example, if your four-legged friend doesn't have access to toys or activities that challenge them mentally, such as toy hunting or puzzles, they may start seeking other ways to entertain themselves, which often results in undesirable behaviors like scratching furniture or even urinating in inappropriate places. This can be seen as an escape from a dull, unstimulating environment. Therefore, it's essential to constantly enrich your cat's environment. This includes everything from interactive toys to variations in feeding, such as hiding treats for them to hunt. This way, your cat will not only feel happier and more fulfilled but will also learn to trust you more, because they'll be in a safe, stimulating, and positive environment. And as you ensure your furry friend has what they need, you're also laying the foundation for a stronger, more lasting bond. Aggressive nonverbal communication. Did you know that, most of the time, your cat understands you more through your gestures than your words? Nonverbal communication is key to building and maintaining trust with your furry friend. Unlike dogs, who tend to respond more to human voices, cats are more subtle in their interpretation. This means that often, you don't need grand gestures or actions to show affection. A simple glance or the way you approach them communicates a lot. For example, if you approach your cat in a hurry or abruptly, this can scare them. They may perceive that your body language is tense or aggressive, causing them to back away. This creates a discomfort barrier and, over time, can lead to a sense of insecurity. On the other hand, if you approach gently, with calm gestures and at a slower pace, your cat is likely to feel safer and more receptive. This respectful behavior is often more effective than any words or commands. Additionally, eye contact is crucial. Maintaining a soft gaze, without haste or intent to threaten, is a powerful way to build a bond. Cats usually associate a direct stare with a threat, but a calm gaze interspersed with slow blinks can be interpreted as a sign of friendship and trust. These subtle details in nonverbal communication make all the difference in your relationship and ensure that the trust bond stays strong, without leading to negative experiences of discomfort or fear. And of course, as you learn to communicate more effectively with your four-legged friend, you'll be creating the perfect conditions to strengthen their trust in you. Now that you know the 5 mistakes that can break your cat's trust in you, transform your relationship with your furry friend. Remember, trust is something that's built day by day, and every action you take counts in strengthening that bond. If you really want to see your cat happier, more confident, and more connected to you, it's time to act. Subscribe to the channel now, turn on notifications, and start applying the tips we just covered. Oh, and don't stop here, we have so much more content for you to learn. Click on other videos from the channel and further develop your relationship with your four-legged friend. Comment below, which of these changes will you apply first? I want to know. Let's work together to make life with your cat more harmonious and full of trust. It's time to change, and you're on the right track.